You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
There is definitely going to be some huge expectations for Caleb Williams. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Bears fans, we are now 6 days away from the 2024 NFL Draft, and I wanted to come on here really quick and talk a little bit about quarterback Caleb Williams. He is the projected #1 overall pick for the Chicago Bears in next Thursday, 2024 NFL Draft. And I just want to read to you guys really quick from a little article from Tom Pelissero, who's just basically talking about Caleb Williams and basically the expectation, not only that he has for himself, but what he had expectations for the Chicago Bears as well. And I found it quite interesting. I just wanted to come on here really quick and read this to you guys. Pelissero said this in his recent article. He said the Williams camp sent the message early about what it wanted: investment and infrastructure to help Caleb reach his next goal of chasing Tom Brady and winning Super Bowls, and the Bears so far have delivered. Bears fans, there's so much going on in this one little piece that I read to you guys on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. I think for starters, I think it's a great goal that Caleb Williams wants to come in and be the greatest of all time. First things first, I will say this. There's only one Tom Brady. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. Once again, I think it's a fine goal for Caleb Williams to come into, right? Say, hey, I want to be the greatest of all time, and basically laying down the ground rules to the Chicago Bears in so many words of things that he would like to see for the organization. That's at least how I take it. And the Chicago Bears, in my eyes, have delivered for Caleb Williams. But looking at Caleb Williams, the expectations he is going to have, right? And I think it's great to set the goals. I think every young quarterback coming into the NFL from college football wants to be the greatest of all time. And to them, the greatest of all time is Tom Brady. I don't think there's any debate at this point that all these young quarterbacks are trying to reach Tom Brady status, right? The chasing his greatness, the amount of Super Bowls that he's won, the accomplishments that Tom Brady has earned during his playing days in the National Football League. And I think it's a great goal to have, right? To have those expectations on yourself. And it's not all on one man, right? It's not all on Caleb Williams to get that done. He will be hopefully the bulk of the reason that the Chicago Bears are successful. That's why the Bears are planning to select him with the #1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft to finally, hopefully, have that franchise quarterback here in Chicago. But overall, Bears fans, I think it's a fine goal to have. You know, even Tom Pelissero said the Bears have so far delivered on the things that, you know, Caleb Williams and his camp wanted to see from the organization. And that was getting Caleb Williams some weapons on the outside. We already had DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, right? Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. The offensive line is improving. A top 10 defense. Surrounding Caleb Williams is almost a perfect, if not the perfect situation for a young quarterback to come into. But I do want to say one thing before I move forward. I think it's great that Caleb Williams has these expectations to come in and be the greatest of all time and chase the amount of Super Bowl rings that Tom Brady has earned while playing in the National Football League. Of course, as a Bears fan, I would love to see Caleb Williams come to Chicago and be that successful and become the greatest of all time in a Chicago Bears uniform. The Chicago Bears only have one Super Bowl, and it came in 1985. The city of Chicago is starved for a champion once again. The Bears are the pride of joy of Illinois. It's literally in the song, the pride of joy of Illinois. The Chicago Bears fans are passionate. They are hungry for a winner. So having those expectations and those dreams to come in and be the greatest of all time, I'm pretty sure every single Bears fan would welcome that for Caleb Williams to come in and surpass Tom Brady. But my thing is, once again, there's only one Tom Brady. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. Caleb Williams, let's come in and let's be you. Be yourself. Come in and win 9 to 10 games in year one in Chicago. Win Rookie of the Year. lead the Chicago Bears football team to hopefully an NFC North title, possibly, maybe lead them to a playoffs. If you can just do that, or even better yet, Bears fans, come in and beat the Green Bay Packers. If you can do that, these Bears fans, we will absolutely love you. And I'm not trying to shoot down his dreams, right? I think it's great that he's reaching for Tom Brady status. I think that's what every young quarterback wants to be. They want to be the greatest of all time. They want to be better than Tom Brady. But what Tom Brady did while playing in the National Football League is very rare. You're talking about 7 Super Bowl rings. And once again, if Caleb Williams came in here and did this for the Chicago Bears and won Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl, the Chicago Bears would build him a statue in front of the new stadium, guaranteed. But I think Caleb Williams already has enough pressure and expectations as the number 1 overall pick to come in and work out for the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears organization has been starved for a franchise quarterback. And they're hoping Caleb Williams can turn that tide. Once again, I love the enthusiasm. I love the confidence that he wants to come in and be the greatest of all time. But let's lower the expectations a little bit. Yes, I do expect Caleb Williams to come in and at least make the playoffs in year 1, because just like Tom Pelissero said in his article, the Chicago Bears have delivered on the infrastructure of the pieces around Caleb Williams to be successful as soon as year 1 with the Chicago Bears. So yes, I think the Chicago Bears did deliver. I think the Chicago Bears did do their part. Now we're just hoping that Caleb Williams can come in with the talent that we already have on this roster and be successful. Lead us to a couple of wins against the Green Bay Packers. Lead us to maybe competing for the NFC North. Lead us to the NFL playoffs. I think if he can do those things in year 1, I think Bears fans will be happy. We're hoping later on that we can reach Super Bowls, right? And win some Super Bowls. I think that's every organization's goal, is to win the Super Bowl. But I think sitting here thinking that, okay, I'm going to come in and be the greatest of all time and win 7 Super Bowls, I think it's a great dream to have. But I think you should just come in and be yourself and not compare yourself to anybody else. Because once again, you're already going to have the pressure of being the number 1 overall pick. You're already going to have the pressure to come in and be the first franchise quarterback the Chicago Bears have ever had in a very, very long time. You're already going to have a whole lot of pressure to come to the city of Chicago and turn this thing around, because everything around you is built and ready to win now. So it really is on Caleb Williams to come in and be that final missing piece to this rebuilding puzzle. The puzzle that Ryan Poles has been building for the last couple of years is almost complete, but Caleb Williams, you are the final piece. So we are hoping that you work out and you can lead us to greatness, to multiple Super Bowls. But the whole point of this episode, Bears fans, is that I just don't want Caleb Williams to put a whole lot of pressure on himself. I think it's great to come in and be like, okay, I can lead this team to the playoffs in year 1. I think I can win Rookie of the Year. I think I can come in and finally beat the Green Bay Packers. But I don't think he should come in right away and say, hey, I'm going to win 7 or more Super Bowls and become the greatest of all time. That will come over time. But right now, set your expectations to certain levels. Beating the Green Bay Packers, win the NFC North, leading the Chicago Bears to the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years. And then once you can do that, then raise your expectations. I know he's just a competitor in him. I get it. But I just don't want him to come in here and be set up for failure, because once again, there's only one Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl wins. There's only one Patrick Mahomes. Those guys are great. I think Caleb Williams has the possibility to be great, but he still has to come in and prove that he can be great in the National Football League. So once again, Bears fans, I just wanted to come on here really quick and just share this article from Tom Pelissero and what Caleb Williams and his camp are, their expectations of not only themselves, but the Chicago Bears. How do you guys feel about what Caleb Williams and his camp had to say and about his expectations coming into the National Football League? Let me know down below in the comment section. But all in all, Bears fans, make sure you continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Keek on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.